Mana mana dee 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 dee. Mana mana dee 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 dee. Mana mana dee 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 dee. Mana na 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 na. Hello, Sue in Houston. Hello, Lynn in Indiana. Hi, Muriel. Welcome, everybody. We're just getting ready to get started. Thanks for popping on early with us today. I'm super excited to be here. Hey, everybody. Come on. Let's scrap and craft, everybody. Come on, get organized. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the SCT Partner Celebration. Love it. Totally excited to be here. Love the opportunity to share with you guys what I totally love, which of course, well, I love two things. Well, I love more than two things. But the two things that are relevant today, crafting and getting organized. Boy, I don't know. I think I might like helping people getting organized even more than I like getting organized myself. So hopefully you all can hear me. If you can give me a thumbs up. It looks like everything's okay on my mic situation from my end. So perfect. Megan says she can hear me. Very nice. All right, I'm going to turn on my little app here so that Leanne can text me if you all have questions. So if you've never been to a Totally-Tiffany live before, this is your opportunity to ask me questions about your craft stash. I'm going to tell you all about our products and all that stuff. But if you have a question, type into your chat a bunch of question marks and then the question, and that will help both Megan and Leanne let me know that there is a question. I can't see my chat very well. So there we are. So I guess I should start with just for those of you who are brand new, my name is Tiffany Spaulding. My company is Totally-Tiffany, and we do organization. That's what we do. I've been doing this for 20 years. So I have been called many things, mostly nice. Guru of organization, among them, crafty organization queen, some other things, because I love organization. I will tell you, though, I wasn't an art girl, a craft girl, had zero interest in it. Even when I was a kid, my mother did my art projects for me. There was no interest for me in art. And then my sister called me one day and she said, hey, I'm having a party. Do you want to come? And I said, of course, I love a party. And so she says, okay, be at my house Friday at 6:00, bring 5 pictures. Click, bye-bye. Huh, what's that about? What kind of pictures? That kind of piqued my interest a little bit. Actually, kind of made me nervous. So I call her back. I'm like, what are you talking about? 5 pictures? 5 pictures of what? She says, doesn't matter. Just one event, bring 5 pictures. So I said, Tisa, I'm not coming unless you tell me what this is about. So she said, tells me, what is it? It's a creative memories party. And I said, that sounds great. Not interested, not a craft girl, not a hobby girl, not an art girl. And I showed up at my sister's house because she said, not only your older sister, I'm your bigger sister. You need to be here with your pictures. So I show up. I get there like a teenage girl with a bad attitude, right? Arms crossed, little head shake, some eye roll. I throw my pictures out on the table. She hands me a glass of wine. Things get a little better right there. 30 minutes later, I was a scrapbooking goddess. I loved it. I fell in love. I wanted to do one with me, one for me, one for my kids, grandparents, one for each of my kids. I had all these big plans. I said to the rep, what do you have? What do I need? Is there anything at your house? What can you go home and get for me? And I left that event with 2 white plastic shopping bags bulging at the seams. When I got home, my husband said to me, I thought you were going to party at your sister's. What's all that stuff? And I said, I pulled out my layout. Look at this, honey. And he goes, Tiff, looks like crafts, maybe art, maybe even a hobby. If this lasts for 3 months, I'll pay for all that stuff. So 23 years later, I'm still crafting. He's still paying. It's a very, very good deal. But I fell in love. And then the first thing that happened to me was I was overwhelmed. I had too much stuff. My sister and I started shopping at all these scrapbooking stores at the time, and I started buying things. And I'm a little bit of a neatnik, which you already know. And I was overwhelmed, and I almost quit. And that's how this whole company started. I designed something for myself to keep myself organized. All of my crafty friends said to me, you should make that and sell it. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to craft. I just sold a business. I didn't want to. But 6 months later, I was mortgaging my house, finding a factory, and I launched my first product line, 2003, the Scrap Rack, which I'm going to give you an intro to right now. If you're unfamiliar with it, it is our flagship product line. It is the thing that started the whole TT brand. And this was the way that I was able to take buttons, brads, beads, bows, stickers, die cut paper scraps, ephemera, everything that I was using in my crafting and put it all at my fingertips. So the Scrap Rack product line, what this does is take all of those things and put them into a giant desktop notebook. And I want you to think, in this Scrap Rack, there are over 2,000 items, right? 2,000 things that I can put my fingers on in just 30 seconds or less. And that's because not only did I design the product, I designed a way to use it, and it's called the 4-section system. So as you flip through a Scrap Rack, and this could be mine, yours, your girlfriend's, somebody's at a crop, if they use the 4-section system, it's going to be easy for anybody to find supplies. So your first section is alphabets and numbers, and that's where everything gets stored. Now, I'm going to tell you another little thing. You can use the 4-section system not in the Scrap Rack. Like if you're thinking, oh, I don't need that Scrap Rack, you probably do need it. Once we kind of go through it, you might be like, But you can organize all of your supplies in the 4-section system in different types of containers as well. And it's just going to make it that much easier for your brain to find your stuff. So the first section is alphabets and numbers. And it doesn't matter if it's a sticker, a die cut, a rub-on, a stencil, anything that you're going to use to spell out a word, put it in this first section, right? That way you can find it, use it, you'll see it. One of the beauties of a Scrap Rack, visible, accessible, super simple. So your first section is alphabets and numbers. Your second section is themes and sentiments. And this is where you're going to go when you're creating something. And it doesn't matter if it's a placemat, a birthday card, a goodie bag, scrapbook layout, mixed media. If you're working in a color or a theme, you're going to find it at your fingertips, all the different things that you have. So this is all birthday, right? I'm going to make a card. I'm going to make a placemat. I'm going to decorate a lunch bag for a kid or a grandkid on their birthday. Everything that I need is right there, right? So themes and sentiments, that's going to be your second section. But you can see how easy it is to just flip through. Now I'm in the third section. This is the calendar year. So this is all of my holiday and seasonal materials. Makes it super easy. Again, card, frame, party decoration, scrapbook layout, doesn't matter. Anything with that theme holiday event, you're going to be able to find everything you need right there in that section. And then last but not least, we have the rainbow section. And the rainbow is where you're going to put everything by color. So if you think, oh, I'd like to add a little splash of blue to this page, you can flip to that blue section and you can see all of the different choices that you might have. Now, it doesn't matter if they're dimensional or not. Bling, flowers, ribbon, all of those things, they're all right here and right at your fingertips. And that is the beauty of the Scrap Rack, right? Now, another beautiful thing about the Scrap Rack is when you buy something new, so it does sit on your desktop at this nice angle, right? I have mine on a rotating board. You don't need that. That's just for demo. But when you buy something new, you know exactly where you're going to put it, right? You bought Christmas embellishments, they go in Christmas. You bought soccer stickers, they go in sports. One of the other nice things about the Scrap Rack is that it's part of the Get Organized Challenge. And the Get Organized Challenge is a free class. Let me move that out of the way. Is a free class that I teach every year, starts September 19th. All of you are welcome to join me for that. It's live on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page. There's printables and downloads and everything that you need, and it is 100% free. So I hope that you'll pop on over to the Totally-Tiffany website, sign up for the Get Organized Challenge. It's being sponsored this year by scrapbook.com. So if you love to shop at scrapbook.com, they carry all of the Totally-Tiffany products there as well. Okay, let's see. So again, just a reminder, if you have questions, put them in the feed. Leanne will watch for them. Megan will watch for them. I have to figure out how to watch 2 feeds on my phone, though, in case Megan has questions popping up here. So feel free to do that. Okay, so let's talk about the prize. Let's talk about what you're going to win. Awesome, awesome prize. I'm going to go through all the parts. So it's over $100 prize. And all you have to do to enter is go to the blog post, and Megan will put up a message in the feed. Go to the blog post and add a comment about what you need help organizing or what your organization challenges, and that will get you entered to win. So the first thing you're getting is our Lois tote. So Lois, this bag is probably one of the most popular things we make. We've been making it for years. People love it because it is big enough for 12 by 12, but it folds completely flat. So it's easy to store also. When you pop it open, you're going to notice that the top is clear, but the bottom is all reinforced canvas. You're going to get to go in your Lois tote, one of our 12 by 12 paper handlers, and I'll talk more about paper handlers in a minute, with tab divider pockets. So you get 5 tab divider pockets to go into your paper handler. So imagine that you're going to an afternoon cropper class. This is the perfect configuration of products to be able to take with you to that event. So you're getting the Lois tote, you're getting the tab divider pockets, you're getting the paper handler, and then you are getting 3 of our slide stash and store, which I will show you in just a minute. But the beauty of the slide stash and store in the Lois tote is that it works as an organizer in there. So if you put one of them empty into your Lois tote, then you can add your buddy bags. And you are getting also 3 buddy bags with this bundle. You are getting Gail, Merle, and I have to put mine, Terry, who's I just reorganized my little secret stash down here of buddy bags. But I'm going to pull full ones off my shelf anyway. So Gail is perfect for paints and different like tall, skinny things, sprays. But now I can drop her right into the tote. Terry is ideal for long pencils and long markers. So you can see I've got my full collection there of Colorista pencils in there. And then Merle, oh my gosh, Merle holds so many different things. She's going to hold ribbon. She's going to hold Tim Holtz. Here's Merle loaded with ribbon. She's going to hold Tim Holtz oxide inks. But now you see that putting that slide stash and store tray in the Lois tote keeps everything nice and neat and straight up and down. So you're getting the 3 buddy bags, the 3 slide stash and store, the Lois tote, the paper handler, the tab divider pockets, and you are getting a 6-drawer storage and supply case. This is the 6-drawer storage and supply case. This one happens to be loaded with washi tape. It closes up so you can travel with it easily. Handle on the top, handle on the side. That is also going to fit into your Lois tote. So everything you need to go to a crop or class, you're going to be able to take with you in this nice, neat, tidy bundle when you load each of the buddy bags and this 6-drawer storage and supply case with the things that you need at your crop or class. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about buddy bags and slide stash and store and how all of these products can help you get and stay organized in your craft room and when you travel. So one of the things about this brand is that I'm a crafter. Most of the people who work for me or with me are crafters also. So we understand how crafting really works and what we do as crafters. Whether you move around going to a weekend event or whether you just take things from your craft area to the dining room table or to the coffee table when you're working, these are things we do as crafters, right? So everything in the line is designed around the type of crafter that you might be. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but just now, as I was unloading everything, I was able to put it back just like that. So one of the design concepts for the brand is how easy is it to pack things up and how easy is it to put away? And nothing, my friends, is easier than buddy bags and storage and supply cases. They're a simple way to keep everything stored. So one other thing, vertical, all about it, right? The more stuff you can get vertical in your craft room, in your craft stash, the easier it is to get those products off the shelf and back on the shelf. Another key to what we do at Totally-Tiffany, how can we make it as easy to get it on and off as possible? And I love a one-hand grab, right? I love products that you can just say, okay, I need, this is embossing folders. I need embossing folders. I'm going to be able to pull them right off the shelf. I want my, so these are all buddy bags. This is Irene, right? This is pom-pom maker. This thing's crazy and has all these little pokey things. And if you just throw it in a drawer or somewhere, you're going to lose the pieces, lose the instructions, and or it's going to get hung up on something. So when you talk about things like buddy bags, they make it really, really simple to store things. They're visible, they're accessible, they're lightweight, all the things we need as crafters. Okay, how do you know which buddy bag to use for what? Also, either Leanne or Megan will put up a link to the product grids page on our website. So every product line has what's called a product grid. This little piece of paper that looks like this tells you what the product is, what the dimensions are, and what the best uses are for that product. So whether you're talking about buddy bags, paper handlers, slide stash and store, all of those things, you can print those, print these out, or you can download them and save them on your desktop because they're all linked and clickable within the website. So it makes it really easy to shop. But that way you can go around your room and know exactly what you need, what size it is, how things are going to work. So we're really focused on helping you make the best choices for how you craft, right? Okay, looks like we got a couple questions popping up, but I don't have my glasses on. Let's see. Becky Huber. Hi, Becky. I need to organize my ink sprays and paint bottles. Woo! Okay, so here's the thing. How do you craft and where do you craft? I love, love, love Slide Stash and Store for ink sprays and paint bottles. So this is Slide Stash and Store. This is the #2 Slide Stash and Store box, right? Little hole in the front, easy to pull off the shelf. Why? And that one's right side up. This one I have my paint in upside down. I'm going to switch over here so you can kind of see, right? So you can store your paint right side up or upside down, and it's accessible. I can literally bring all of these colors of paint off my shelf. That one has magnets in it. That's kind of weird. Okay, off my shelf in just a couple of minutes. I don't know why these are right side up. I must have taken them somewhere because what I really like is everything to be upside down so I can see the color easily in that. So this is Slide Stash and Store. And as easily as I took it off the shelf, I can put it back. All of it stays organized, stays neat, stays tidy while I'm working. And we've got that vertical. If you're also new, one of the things I love to talk about is filling your space left to right, top to bottom, and back to front, right? Slide Stash and Store maximizes that space. They're 13 inches deep. So, but even if you have only an 11-inch shelf, it doesn't matter because you can overhang the shelf. Mine overhang the shelf a little bit in the back, but easy to overhang the shelf in the front. So Slide Stash and Store is great for that. For mists and sprays, this is also the #2 Slide Stash and Store. Now they come in packs of 3. So if you're going to buy the #2, I'm going to take a side note. There's also this, the easy to organize Totally-Tiffany product shopping list on that same product grid page. Again, linked to everything. But if you haven't had a chance to download it or print it, one of the great things about this is that it lists all our product by category. It has these little numbers down the side. So what I try to do when I'm talking on a Tuesday live is say, okay, I'm talking about product that's on line number 145. Rather than having you like go through which page is that, which product is that, I can just give you that line number, so it makes it really easy to find. So that also requires, though, that I put my glasses on so that I can do that. So for those of you who have your easy to organize Totally-Tiffany shopping list already print out, I'm on Slide Stash and Store, which is on page, this is what I need to memorize, right? Page number 6. This would be line number 114. So for paint spray bottles, I also have them in the Katja Buddy bag, I believe, yes. So this is Katja. You can see there's a variety of sprays in there. So just depending on if you craft at home and you want everything to pull off this shelf and be accessible, or if you craft at home and away and you want to be able to take it with you, Slide Station Store number 2 or the Katya Buddy Bag are going to be a great option. So here's just a variety of those different types of sprays and different bottles so you can kind of see how they fit right into that number 2 tray. So it's a great solution for all kinds of different mists and sprays and metallic sprays and all that kind of thing. So I would recommend either the Katya Buddy Bag or the number 2 Slide Station Store. The buddy bags also on the shopping list are in alphabetical order, not in SKU order, so that makes it a little bit easier for you to find on the shopping list the ones that I'm talking about quickly as well. So either one of those I would recommend. Take note, I'm not doing anything fancy or crazy and my workspace is clean. If I had pulled out all of those paints or those sprays to use them, open that buddy bag, set it on the table, literally work out of it at that container, close it up, put it back on the shelf. So keeping in mind, that's kind of my goal. Not kind of, it is my goal. I want you to be able to use your things, take them off the shelf easily, put them back easily. Doesn't matter if you're using the scrap rack or if you're talking about paints and sprays, the products that we make kind of meet those goals, or we try to meet those goals. Of course, everything's not possible. All right, let's see. Sue Lombardi says, I'm in the process of converting all of my wood-mounted stamps. Will the scrap rack hold a lot of unmounted stamps? I want to use it for stamps only. Yes. Red rubber stamps are more weighty than polymer, acrylic stamps, clear stamps. So when you load a scrap rack with heavier stuff, you want to put the heavier, bulkier stuff toward the inside, towards the binder, the 3-ring section that all those pages are held on with. It's keep that weight to the inside. So heavier stuff to the inside and then out. But just keep in mind, you're going to be having fully weighted pages. So as you're turning them, you want to grab that from the upper right-hand corner to turn the page, because you're going to have a lot of weight in there. So if you try to flip it from the bottom and you have weight in this top corner, you're going to get a little bit of flip over. So just grab it from the top and turn the pages that way, and you will absolutely love, love, love it. Everything will be visible and accessible. So easy to label also, the scrap rack. If you find your pages are too heavy in terms of page, they're kind of sliding down a little bit, just add a few more dividers and that will help you keep those pages all lined up the way that you like them. Okay, let's see. Andrea Verneau says, what was the name of the buddy bag that holds Tim Holtz Distress Inks? The buddy bag that holds Tim Holtz Distress Inks just came back in stock. The name of it is Chastity. Here it is. So Chastity is both Chastity and Stephanie, and I'll show you Stephanie in a minute. Chastity was designed to hold distress inks, right? Perfect. I've actually got some re-inkers there. When you get a Chastity bag, when you get a Chastity bag, it will feel like, here's the opening of the bag. I'm recommending to you that you put the boxes in, the ink elevators, if you will, in what feels like backwards. Why? Because if you put them in this way, that one's not all the way full, but if you put them in this way, you've got this big piece of hook and loop fabric, and it's going to block the color of the top ink pad, right? So when you get Chastity, you're going to get the bag and the 4 boxes. There's a long piece of plastic that fits in the bottom of the bag, and that gives the stability because the boxes are independent in there. And then you're also going to get a sheet of 30 stickers. These are the Ink 'em Up stickers that I used so that I could clearly see what color ink is in each of those ink pads, right? So especially with the Tim Holtz inks, there's no color indicator on the side. Even if there was, the printed indicators that the manufacturers do are not exact to what the colors look like. So use those Ink 'em Up stickers with your Chastity bag to get your Tim Holtz ink pads organized. So that's Chastity. She is on sale right now. All our buddy bags, this is a nice coincidence, this is 3 for $2 weeks. So all of the buddy bags on our website are available buy 2, get your 3rd one free. So Chastity, again, also works great for embellishment pastes and pods. These happen to be the Crafter's Companion glitter paste, which I love. If you haven't played with those, I'm not sure I should recommend that you get started because I love them. I just am glitter stenciling, pasting things just for fun, just because I love doing it. My one piece of advice to you is if you're using glitter paste, get your Totally-Tiffany embossing station, which holds your heat gun in place so that you can clip down your project and let it dry under low heat, because it does take a while for them to dry. So great use for your embossing station and your heat gun. So that is the Chastity Buddy Bag. Now, she holds 24, 6 in each thing. If you want to put all of them in one tall, thin buddy bag, you can also store them. These aren't Tim Holtz inks. These are, why can't I remember the name? Marker Forte, sorry. These are the Marker Forte inks. So this is the Merle Buddy Bag. This is the one you're getting in the prize pack today too. So this will hold the Marker Forte. They're kind of an octagon shape, stop sign shape, and the Tim Holtz inks both in this bag. So look for that. Now, if you have bigger ink pads, the more common size ink pads, those are going to go in your Stephanie bag. And excuse me while I dig around down here to get one. I want to get one that has the biggest variety of inks in it. I think this one. So same thing. When you put your inks in your incubators, the smell of ink. You want to put them in backwards, what feels like backwards, so that you can see the ink pad colors, right? Again, I use the stickers here. I haven't opened these yet. Usually I wait to make the sticker till the first time I use the ink pad, but this is the Stamps of Life, Little Darlings, Spectrum Noir, Gina K, VersaFine. Anything that's an oval or a rectangle is going to fit in the Stephanie Buddy Bag. So she's kind of the big sister to, going to see what the different sizes are here. So for your square inks, you're looking at this. For your ovals, rectangles, VersaFine, color box, if you still have color box inks, any of those are going to go in the Stephanie bag. And then, of course, the Tim Holtz are going to go in the Chastity Buddy Bag. So I'm going to leave that out for a second, see if we have any other questions. This bag also holds paints. So if you want to keep, rather than doing, so all I did was turn the boxes the other way in the bag, right? So, and then I've got my paints in there as well. So you're going to get 24 paints in the Stephanie Buddy Bag, or 24 ink pads also. So she works great for either one of those things. And yes, for those of you who are thinking, is that named after Stephanie Bernard from Stamps of Life? Yes, it is. She's one of my besties. Okay. What bag do you use to store regular size ink pads? That's going to be Stephanie as well. So anything oval, rectangle. I'll tell you what, I'll give you another little clue though. I got these new inks from, look at me. I got these new inks from Crafter's Companion, right? They're the pigment ink, they're shimmer pigment inks. And here's what I did wrong with them. They are weight in the front. So if you're not paying attention, when you pull out your ink thing, it's going to naturally tip forward. Is that better? It's going to naturally tip forward, and those inks are going to spill out. So my recommendation to you, if you have these, you can see I started doing it. I changed my color label to the back so that when I lifted it out, the weight was in the back and they didn't tip forward, because they're that weird, right? This is the heavy end. So put it in, again, what feels like backwards, and you'll love it for that. But the vast majority of ink pads, like I said, Gina K, Catherine Pooler, Stephanie Bernard, they're all going to fit, Spectrum Noir, they're all going to fit in the Stephanie Buddy Bag. Linda says, how to store my Canon Selfie 1300 printer tray cord and extra 4x6 photo paper all in one container? How big, Linda, is your Canon Selfie 1300 printer? Because I don't have one, so I don't know. But if you can give me the size on that, I don't know if it's close to this size. This is the American Crafts little printer. Why can't I think what it's called? It's called, I'm going to take it out of here. But, so this is the Leanne Buddy Bag, right? It's called Printmaker. But I have the printer, all of the guides that go with the printer, the electronic cords, the print head cleaner, the ribbon, the cartridges, everything for this little printer, and it fits nicely in the Leanne Buddy Bag. So I have all the pieces in there, but it's just kind of a perfect little fit in there. So if it's similar in size to this, and the accessories are similar in size to the Canon Printmaker, then the Leanne Buddy Bag is a great choice for that. If it's a little bit bigger, then maybe the Kirsten Buddy Bag. If you give me the dimensions on it, my guess is that the Leanne Buddy Bag, and you said the paper was 4x6, so let's just pull out. That's not a 4x6 photo. This probably is though. So 4x6 photo. Make sure that paper is going to fit in there. Yeah, perfect. So you could get your 4x6 photo paper in there easily as well. If this Canon Selfie will fit in the Leanne Buddy Bag. So Leanne has extras Velcro on the sides. So especially if you've got little things, they're going to stay in there better. She's got a handle on the end as well. One of the things I recommend when you start buying buddy bags, let's see if I did it on this one, of course not, is that you cut off the label from the packaging and put it into the bottom of the bag. And that way you know which bag you've got, because they all sort of look the same, right? I can't believe this. Of all the things, that's crazy. I'll find one. One will come up that says, yeah. So these are Brandy Buddy bags. And you can see I just cut the name off there and put it in the bag. So hot glue sticks, big hot glue sticks. These are 12-inch long templates, rulers and long paintbrushes. Those all fit in Brandy. And you noticed often on the shelf, this is another Slide Stash and Store. This is the number 3. And the reason I like this with these buddy bags in it is I talked earlier about maximizing my space, right? Top to bottom, left to right, and back to front. So this allows me to stand all the buddy bags up in there, but pull them off for easy access, right? Even if I'm just going to reach back in here and pull out this, Christmas ribbon, it's super easy to pull it out or pull out the whole thing. I've got spring, colors, Christmas. They're all right here, all the different ribbons. This is the number 6. We call her Big Bertha, but she works great for all of your bigger items. And she also works great under your bathroom sink. You can load her up with toilet paper, easy peasy. She works great in the freezer too. There's all kinds of uses for Slide Stash and Store. You're going to love them. Okay, let's see. What would you store sewing? So Linda, if you have the size on this Canon Selfie, I'll make sure it fits in there for you. Quilty 56. What would you store sewing thread, spools, and bobbins? Again, it depends how you work and what kind of space you have. So the 6th drawer, this guy, the 6th drawer storage and supply case makes it easy to store your threads by color. Very visual, protects it from light and dust damage, easy to tuck away in the closet, or you can also fold back the lid, right? And these are stackable. So if you had another one, see, this one's called mixed media, I guess. You could stack the drawers on top of each other and then label for color, right? So whatever color it is, easy to pull out and see what's in there. So these are good. Again, what kind of space you have. This is one suggestion. What kind of space you have to put them in, how you're going to store them. All the Slide Station store have labels on the side. So when you store them, you can see them. They have a handle on the side and a handle on the top. So if you want to tuck it away, I would look at the 6-drawer Slide Station store. I mean, the 6-drawer storage and supply case. But if you want to put it just on a shelf, so this is full of red thread, a bunch of different styles, heights, little guys, tall, skinny guys. So doing them by color in the trays, again, depending on your shelf system. And I'm going to dip off camera for 1 second here. One of the things that I like about any of these options over the thread spool bobbin holders that we see at the craft stores that have the little pegs on them is that you cannot, if you're using one of the ones that has a peg, the pegs that you put your thread on, you can't use a bobbin holder like this. So I don't know if you've seen these little bobbin holders before, but they're great little, it's like a little clip and you put it through the thread and through the bobbin holder. So if you have that bobbin thread, it's easy to see. But if you're using a peg system, you can't use those because your peg hole is filled up with this. So that's one thing. The other thing about it is I love to keep my things in color order. And if I have this on pegs, right, and I bought a new pink thread, in order to keep it in color order, I would have to move every spool of thread on the peg, right? I'd have to physically move to create a space. But with any of these products, you can just pop it right in line, right? So it makes it easy. That's the same with the Slide Station store. It's the same with the storage and supply case. This is one of the products we call Desk Made. It's a wooden organizer. You can see it also, it holds thread, it holds punches, it holds glitter glue, glitter, and re-inkers, anything that's small like that. It has 6 levels, and it has hanging hardware on the back. So you can set it on your desk. You can hang it on the wall. You can put it in a closet or on a shelf. These are also desk-made items that I have behind me. So this is another great, very visual. If you sew a lot and you want your thread out all the time so it's easy to get to and you have space, I would go with something more like this, the 6 levels. This is desk-made 6-level stadium arranger. Okay, I'm going to try not to drop this on the floor. So I'm going to put it right back over here on the side of my thing. Usually I have Susie with me in the studio and she can help put things away. But today, no. Okay, glasses again. Let's see. Jane Bullinger says, I need a Stephanie in my life. Where do you have the stickers to show color? They just come with the Stephanie bag. So when you buy a Stephanie bag or a Chastity bag, let's see if there's a sticker sheet in here, you're going to get a sheet of plain white stickers, and they're paper and they're absorbent. And then as soon as you open that ink pad, then you're going to ink up that sticker, right? There is a link on our blog, but you can also find it, Julie Faye Fan Balzer. If you search her, most of you probably know her, Julie Faye Fan Balzer. She got a Stephanie bag. This is unsolicited. She just found it, loved it. And she had this little technique about using a gel press to ink up all her stickers. And I thought it was really brilliant. So I shared her link a few times. You can also look it up and find it. Julie Faye Fan, search her site for Stephanie Buddy bag and you will probably find that. But the stickers come plain white and you ink them up yourself to match whatever. And there's 30. You can only fit 24 ink pads. Some people put 28 in there. But you do get a couple of extra stickers in case you mess it up. Okay, let's see. Rosemary says, what do you recommend for the label maker that you use? Forgot the number, sorry. I just use Brother P-Touch, and I've had it for years. And it works great for everything. I don't particularly like my handwriting, so I try to label everything. My big tip for you about labeling anything is to do it on both sides of your label. So there's my embossing folders, right? They have their catalog number, but I just print 2 and I put it on both sides, and then it doesn't matter how I put this away or how I approach it. I can see on either side what that number or what that label is on each of them. But I just use a P. It's an old one too. It's not fancy, just basic. And I buy the cheapest label tape that I can find on Amazon. The thing that I look for in label tape is that it's a split back. So some of them are very hard to peel off the label, but you can get the kind that has it has like 2 strips on the back. So it's really easy to pull the strips off. So that's those are my big pieces of advice on, but I just use a Brother P-Touch, and I bet I've had it 15 or 16 years. It's a very basic one, but I love it. It's easy. I have mastered it, actually. All right, let's see here. I'm going to swap over real quickly and see if there's anything that Megan has. Let's see. Questions. Okay, that's the same. So you guys are, Leanne and Megan are doing a great job. Okay, so everybody, let's talk about Slide Stash and Store and the number of things. Sorry, I don't want to go over the number of uses for it and why I love it so much. It literally takes things that are very, very difficult to store, tools in particular, and makes them super simple and super accessible. So what I've got here, right, are things like punch boards. This is my cinch, okay? This is something that's hard to store. It's not flat, right? So no matter where you put it, it's going to take up more space than it should, and it's going to be hard to store anything else on top of it or around it. But I just slid it into, this is the Big Bertha. I just slid it into the Big Bertha with this great big square punch. So now I've got them both accessible and stored. But one of the greatest things about Slide Stash and Store is that you've just squared everything up. So now it'll slide off and on a shelf really easily, right? Very simple. The other thing, and this is not just for Slide Stash and Store, but in general, one of my little mantras, keep things together you use together. So this is a punch board, a flower punch board. These are the flower stems. This is the instruction sheet. So all the little pieces that I need to use with this punch board that you know are going to be lost somewhere are now right with the punch board. So Slide Stash and Store allows you to put all those things together and have them easily accessible in your workspace. The other thing about punch boards is that oftentimes they have the little pieces that come out. And if you try to store this in a drawer or a bag or something like that, and the little pieces fall out, then you don't know where they are. Well, now if that little piece falls out, it's going to be right here in the box where it belongs with everything else. So the Slide Stash and Store line is going to store all kinds of things. I'll show you a few more things. But some of the things I love about it is, one, that it's super easy off and on the shelf. Oops, those are going in the wrong place. And 2, that it squares everything up. So even this is my small paper trimmer, right? These are things that are tough to store because they're wonky in size and shape. And so the Slide Stash and Store solution is really, really great for this. You saw it with buddy bags up here, right? Even things like yarn. Under your kitchen sink, this is one of the things I should have brought one out from the house. 409, Comet, Lime Away, Fantastic, all those things in the spray bottles that are underneath your kitchen sink. And when you reach back to grab one, you knock all the rest of them over, and the Comet knocks over, and then there's Comet all over under the sink, and then you have to take everything out from under the sink. Put a couple of number 5 or 6 Slide Stash and Stores under your sink, and then whatever the chemical is, pull it out, get the bottle you need, slide it back in. If something falls over in there, everything's contained inside that, so it's not going to go anywhere. You only have to take that box out if you're going to wipe out the underneath the sink. So your garage, your bathroom sink, anywhere that you have bottles, jars, containers that you might knock over in the reach, it's perfect for those. My husband's whole garage, spray paint, solvents, oil, grease, all the things that he's got out there, they're all now in Slide Stash and Store. And he picked up a lot more extra space because things aren't sort of randomly on the shelf. So it comes in 6 sizes. Again, if you print the Slide Stash and Store product grid, it will tell you what all the different sizes are and what they're going to work best for. So really great and super easy to store those kind of things on the shelf. Probably, let me go back here and make sure I don't. One of our most popular items, Shirley Mott says, I think I need a Slide Stash and Store for my rotating design board. Which one would you recommend? Okay, so there's 2 sizes of rotating design boards. There is the 8.5 by 11, which is this guy, right? So this one is in a number 5, but I have it also loaded in with a bunch of coloring books. So it could go in any of them. No, take that back. 4, 5, or 6. You need the higher sides on this because it's a bigger, heavier item. So you can put in a 4, 5, or 6 the 9 by 11 rotating design board. Now the 12 by 12 rotating design board. Do I have one right here? I'm going to grab it. I think it might be too long for the. I don't know. They're 13 inches. Let's see. Let me grab my 12 by 12 here. We'll see how that fits in there. The lowest tote. I'll pull this one out. So the thing about it, so it will hold. This is the 12 by 12. Again, go with the 4, 5, or 6 because they're higher in the back, so they're going to be more stable for something that's big and heavy like your rotating design board. So 4, 5, or 6, and either your 12 by 12 or your 9 by 11 rotating design board are going to fit. These will also hold 12 by 12 paper, Scrap Masters, that type of thing. Let me pull a Scrap Master off my shelf here. So Scrap Master, this one, Scrap Master is actually loaded with an entire kit. So this is from Hip Kit Club, and it has everything in it. It might be easier if I do the overhead here. I always forget about that. So this has all kinds of supplies in it. It has stamps, stickers, thickers, pre-cut pieces of ephemera, right? I mean, there's like dozens of things in here. So this is called a Scrap Master. They come in packs of 5. You've got 3 gusseted pockets on the inside. You've got the slash pocket on the inside, and then you've got 2 pockets on the outside. So this was designed to help you keep your scraps organized, but as you can see, it also works great for other things. In this case, this is an entire Hip Kit Club kit, and this is all the cardstock that came with it. So I'm going to use it like a file folder. I've got the whole kit in there, and then you can use your Slide Stash and Store to hold that type of thing as well. So especially like we were talking about in that lowest tote, if you are carrying paper or tab divider pockets or anything like that that you want to keep vertical, Scrap Masters, you can use the number 4. Well, you can use any of them, but the taller ones, again, are better for taller items right in the lowest tote. And I know those of you who hang out with me all the time on Tuesdays, you know already I have a little craft club that my mother and I do with a group of gals, and we go every month to that. I literally, when we're doing a painting class, I can literally line the bottom of my lowest tote with all of these, all my paints, right in the bottom. They stay nice and neat and flat. They don't get mixed up. They don't spill. They're just right there. And then I set it next to my chair. I take the things that are on top, my brushes and that type of thing. Those go on the table, but I can just reach down and grab whatever paint color I want right out of the bag. So super simple, really easy way to transport anything that's in a Slide Stash and Store. Those are all going to fit lengthwise right into your lowest tote. So it's a great solution for that. Okay, so paper handlers, what I was going to talk about. We make paper handlers. You're getting one of these, remember, in the prize if you win, in 3 sizes. So A4 8.5 by 11, 6 by 6, which is, oh no, sorry, did I say 3? 4 sizes. And it comes in 8 by 8. And so the unique thing about these is, of course, that they have these cool little pull-up handles. So if you're going to transport your paper around, take it off the shelf and put it in your tote, take it off the shelf to your table, to the dining room, to the coffee table. If you're crafting while you're watching TV, you can easily grab those right off the shelf, take them wherever you need, or drop them into your lowest tote, and they'll go with you. So a great way to organize paper in every size that's visual, portable, accessible, all of those kinds of things. The paper handler product line. Again, when you go to the product grid page, you can download that paper handler grid. It'll tell you all the sizes, what they hold, how thick they are. People always ask me how many paper pads or how many sheets of paper will fit. It's more about the thickness of the stack of paper that you've got, right? Because cardstock is quite a bit thicker than paper. So if you're only putting paper in, you're going to get a lot more sheets than if you put in cardstock. So with paper, you're going to get 300 sheets, 400 sheets of just regular paper. But with cardstock, you're going to get closer to 200, maybe 250, again, depending on the thickness of the cardstock. So all of the products that we make, well, not all of them, but any of them in the dimensions that we make work with our tab divider pocket. So our tab divider pockets now come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different sizes, 12 by 12, all the way down to 4 by 6. So if you're using our 4 by 6 fab file, 4 by 6 pockets are ideal for that. We've got the slimline pocket with the slimline magnet. That's going to work in the slimline storage. And then, of course, 5 by 7, 6 by 6, 8 by 8. We have 8.5 by 11 portrait and 8.5 by 11 landscape. So depending whether you're using a paper handler, which is portrait, or a fab file, which is landscape, you've got the right pocket configuration for that as well. So all of these work to hold things and label things, right? So great in your 12 by 12 paper handler that's in the prize. You've got your paper sorted by color or by theme, and then you're going to use your tab divider pocket to keep your scraps of paper or scraps of theme paper by color, theme, however that works. However you're storing in there. So it's perfect solution for all different kinds of things. But the number one thing people love our tab divider pockets for is die and stamp storage. So this is, yay, another one with a name, Karen. This is the Karen Buddy bag. And she is loaded up here with our tab divider pockets and our 5 by 7 magnets. And so this is the magnet. The die is on the white side here. And then in the back, I've got the matching stamp set, and I've got the little piece of packaging that tells me what this looks like. Because if you see this die, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I know it's kind of funky. If you see this die set, you have no idea that it makes this frame, right? So cut out your packaging and package it right up with your stamps and your dies so you can find them quickly and easily. So this is the Karen Buddy bag, 5 by 7 die, 5 by 7 pockets with our magnets in there, our die magnets. So this is a big alphabet set. I've got two magnets in there, so it'll hold the weight up for 2 magnets and all those dies. And then again, it's such a weird alphabet that I cut the packaging and I just folded it up and put it right in the pocket so that I could tell what those dies are going to look like when they're done. So a great way to store dies and stamps together. Now we have this for slimline as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grab the slimline one really quickly. I'm probably running out of time. So slimline, super popular. Both the stencils and the dies and stamps for slimline. So there is a slimline version. So slimline storage box. And then the slimline pockets and magnets, right? Trying to find. This is just your classic slimline envelope size. So that's tucked in there too. So you can see it, you can get to it. The pockets will hold multiple things. So I've got this die, I've got 5 stencils that go with it, and I've got 2 layers of stamps that go with this particular set. So again, keeping things together, you use together, is really, really important for being able to find things quickly and easily. And that's a lot of what the product design and plan is with Totally-Tiffany products. So the other thing I love this for, oh gosh, there's so much to talk about. These stencils are obviously slimline dimension stencils. I have 4 stencils in this one pocket. And what I did was just create these little, I just took a piece of paper and folded it to create a little pocket to hold that stencil so that when I put them in, they come in and out easily against the other ones, right? Because stencils, they're all wonky. And if you try to put this in without any paper behind it, the 2 stencils are going to get hung up on each other. They're going to get bent, torn, that type of thing. You're going to get frustrated. So take a little piece of paper, create just a little pocket for each of your stencils. And then I used our Shut Your Flap label tabs to create the labels on there as well. And again, I labeled both sides. So no matter how I put this away, I'll be able to see exactly what's in there. But I have, again, 4 stencils, and I could definitely do 5 in one pocket. So if you're looking for an ideal way to store slimline, this is a great option. If you still have Cricut, cartridge, booklet, and overlay, and you're looking for a way to condense down all of those things into a smaller container rather than the bigger boxes, 1 booklet, 1 overlay, 1 cartridge fit in each of the slim line pockets. And then you could probably get probably 6. I only have 3 in here. You could probably get 6 in one slimline box. So instead of having 6 boxes, taking up all that space on your shelf, you could condense them all down into one slimline storage solution. So a great option for dies, stamps, stencils, and also you're going to love it if you're trying to consolidate your Cricut cartridges, booklets, and overlays. Okay, my friends, let's see if I've got any more questions here. I want to remind you about going to the blog post that's up, and I know Megan has put up some links to it, and maybe she'll put up one more for us. If you go to the blog post and comment, that is how you're going to win the Totally-Tiffany prize pack. So you're getting the lowest tote, the 12x12 paper handler, the tab divider pockets, a Gale Buddy bag, a Terry Buddy bag, and a Merle Buddy bag, and the 6-drawer storage and supply case. So all of those things, over $100 value. And all you need to do to enter to win is pop on over to the blog post and I'm going to put that over there. I'll knock it over. And make a comment. Tell us what you need in your organization life, what you're struggling with, or maybe you have a great suggestion also for use for a Totally-Tiffany product that no one has thought about, right? So please post that up as well. Andrea says, oh no, does that 12x12 organizer that you showed with the 12x12 kit come in 8.5 by 11 size? That might be what I need. It doesn't come in 8.5 by 11 yet. Shh. But I think we'll have it by January. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay. Oh, so one other thing, if you love sneak peeks and you want to know what's coming down the pike, one of the funnest things we do on Tuesday Live. So every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, I do a show just like this where I'm here to answer your questions. So if you have particular products or a particular issue in your room or space and you want suggestions for that, Tuesday Live is all about that. But we do a giveaway every week. But we also, you get sneak peeks of stuff. And it's where I get all the inspiration for designing new products. So the questions you ask me on Tuesday Live are the things that come back around to become the products in the Totally-Tiffany catalog. So Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. It's on my YouTube channel and the Facebook page and the Get Organized with Tiffany Facebook group. And of course, it's recorded. So if you have to work during those hours on a Tuesday morning, you can always pop in later and watch it. And if you have a question, but you can't be there live to ask it, you can email Leanne. She's at customer service at totally-tiffany.com. It's customer service at totally-tiffany.com. You can email her your question and she will get it to me so I can answer it live on Tuesdays as well. If you have questions after today's lunch and learn, also feel free to email Leanne and she will either answer them because she's got tons of product knowledge. Leanne, how long have you been doing this? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? She knows Totally-Tiffany inside out, upside down, and backwards, as does Barb Carlson. I wonder if Barb's on today and a few others who are usually with us. So we can get your questions answered even though they're not here today. Okay, let me think what might be the next thing that I need to tell you before my minutes are up. I have 1 minute left. So if you have a question, now's the time to get it in. Let's see. Okay, she's posting up YouTube. Okay, I talked about paper handlers. I talked about buddy. I wish I could talk about all the buddy bags. We'll have to do another show where all we do is talk about buddy bags. So you can see all of them here on my shelf. Fab files and paper handlers. And one thing people are always asking me about, 6x6 paper. So we'll just really quickly. This is the Faylene Buddy Bag. She is one of the newest, Faylene and Chastity. They came out together. And she is perfect for your 6x6 paper pads. And again, working with the 6x6 tab divider pocket. So this happens to be the Stamps of Life collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 paper pads in here, Stamps of Life. You probably could get 12 in there in one Faylene Buddy Bag. But there's another thing that we're all using right now that I didn't talk about. And I didn't even talk about this product line really. But if you are loving and using, these happen to be, again, the Stamps of Life, blending brushes, pouncers, or just the regular long-handled blending brushes. This is the 12x12 storage and supply case. So it's bigger than the 9x11, the 6 drawer that we're getting in the prize today. But if you're looking for storage, now these, the closure on them seems weird when you get them, but that is because I wanted this flap to lay back so that, and this one too, so that if you want to access the items in your drawers, you can just pull them out, right? Straight like this. Again, the beauty of this is if you're working with something like this, you can store it, even your pouncers, if you're a pouncer pal here, when you're using it, you can just pull it out, use it on your work desk, pull the pouncers in and out, and then close them up and put them away. So that if you are looking for a perfect way to store blending brushes, pouncers that you want to possibly travel with, then look at the 12x12 storage and supply case. It's the perfect solution for all of those great goodies. There are 3 of these. There's a 4 drawer, a 2 drawer, and a 6 drawer. So if you need something a little bit bigger than the 9x11, those come also in 4 different configurations. Check out the 12x12 storage and supply case. All right, my crafty friends, I have filled an entire hour. I hope you have learned some things. I hope if you have questions, you'll reach out to us, customer service at totally-tiffany.com. Hop on the website, go to the product grid page, look at the product grids, download them, and download your shopping list so you can shop for exactly what you need. Super simple and super easy. All right, my friends. I think that's a wrap on Lunch and Learn. Thanks for tuning in today. It was great to be with you. I'm really, really excited, happy, thrilled, love, love, love the team at Scrapbook and Cards today. So really excited to be part of the partner celebration. Enjoy the rest of the month, everybody.